Aside from Dolly Parton, that you guys kind of expressed that is like a big inspiration for you all, who are some other country artists that you guys really admire?
I think one that we can all kind of agree on would have to be Gretchen Wilson because, like, Danica always says, growing up, we didn't really see black women represented in country music. And although Gretchen was not a black woman, she was
to the
different.
World.
Yeah, as she was in her heart. But she was different, and she didn't look like the the stereotypical country female singer. And so I guess for us, that kind of gave us a sense of hope that, okay, well, she's not black, but she is different. And so maybe different can work. And Gretchen kind of just came on the country scene and she was super herself. Like she didn't care, what people thought about her. She didn't feel the need to change who she was to fit the mold of what the industry was looking for at the time.
Yeah, I think we often say like Jeff said, she wasn't black, but she was different, and that was the hope that we were holding on to. If they will accept Gretchen, then there may be a chance for us. And which kind of leads us to like we had a full circle moment this weekend, and last weekend in Dallas, Texas, we got a chance to Fort Worth, Texas. We got a chance to perform with Cowboy Troy, who actually was one of the first black people that I saw on country on CMT in the morning times. They played music videos, and my mom would she figured out I was less crabby if I woke up to music, and so she would turn it on and then wake me up. And so one day I was getting ready and I looked at the TV and I was like, "Who is that? He's black! Oh my God, he's black! He can do it! I can do it!" And so that was a full circle moment as well. But kind of their whole circus of music was the Music Mafia, Big and Rich, and Gretchen Wilson, Cowboy Troy, their whole team.
They were definitely a huge inspiration. It's even like growing up and listening to their music, but like Beth said, like they were different. You didn't see anything even remotely close to them in the country music industry. Like there was a midget, there was a black guy, there was a girl who was as rowdy as the rest of the guys, and it was like you said, it was like a circus of all these different personalities and backgrounds, but they all showed
They
up
used to
in
call
the
the freak parade. Like I love it.
and they made it in the country music industry. Yes. It's like, okay, if they can do it, I think we can handle it.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. I mean, being in this industry, you kind of have to create your own lane, and I think you three have done that. And it's again, I'm just really excited for your journey because I know this is just really the beginning for you all. And so we got to shift gears. You have a new single that came out in January, Glory Days. Tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind it. What was your thought process? Were y'all going through something to help you, create the lyrics?
So let's see. I'll kind of start off about writing the song. So it's so funny that when we wrote Glory Days, there's a line in there that says "Old white band broke down again," and we had this band. It was a white band. Her name was Vanna White, and literally we had no issues out of it ever. Took us some places. As soon as we wrote that song, literally that same trip coming back home, the band broke down. And when I was like, the power. The power in words. The power of the pen. Yes, Lord. But
no worries, we got a black SUV.
Yes,
we're doing it. Okay.
But Glory Days, it really, really ties in with the days that we're living right now. Like we are truly in the midst of our glory days. And it's like these are the days that, every day isn't perfect. Every day won't be perfect on this journey. But it's like we'll look back on these times specifically, like, man, those were really our glory days. And it was like we were really living at that point in time. So like I said, regardless of it, the ups and the downs, it's all about learning to appreciate the journey.
And also, I remember we wrote this song with a guy named Jim Beavers, and we sat down. This is our second night, and I love this because this is kind of like what happens in writing relationships in Nashville. It's like dating. You go and you see if you write well together, And so we went together and we wrote the first time, and it was, kind of early. It was early for us, and so we weren't all awake yet. So he's like, "Come on, y'all love it." And so, but we got a chance to really get to know each other. We wrote some stuff, and we got a chance to kind of sit, we got a chance to show each other our writing style and what we liked, what we didn't like. So Glory Days was the second write that we had. So we got to sit down, and we really just kind of went through a ton of ideas. But as we started talking, and we're like, we just need one of those feel good songs that talk about going back and remembering the good days, and then also in a way creating hope to you can do the Glory Days all over again. And we listen at some of our fans say, they were like, I hear this song, and it was like, I've had my Glory Days per se, but also they said, now I feel like I'm going through another layer of the Glory Days. I'm a grandfather now, and I'm finding this new life as a grandfather, and these are the Glory Days now. And so, and I mean, I think there's just such a beauty that I think that we didn't even notice when we were writing this song, but there was so much heart and passion and soul kind of put in that, and I think you can hear it in the lyrics and in the music.
The song itself was amazing, and like I said, I've never been into country, but y'all make me get into country. I was like, I might have to download some of their songs, because you guys just harmonize so well together. And you don't really find, it's very hard to find that in groups nowadays, because music has changed so much. And with country music, it's all about soul, it's feeling. And you guys definitely amplify that with every music that you push out. You have an upcoming tour, and you guys are stopping by our neck of the woods, Virginia Beach, in April. So what are you guys kind of looking forward to? Is this your first time coming to the Virginia Beach area? What are you excited about? Just tell me a little bit about how the tour's going to go.
Well, so far the tour has been really, really good. I mean, we have been meeting fans. We've been meeting old fans and new fans from post to ATT, getting to finally put faces to all the names from online. And the show has been one,
it's an emotional roller
coaster. It really is an emotional roller coaster. There's laughing, there's crying, there's dancing, there's everything in between. And we haven't performed in Virginia Beach yet, but we're definitely looking forward to it, because during the Glory Days, we've been bringing along some of our other friends in the industry, other artists who are up and coming, and even some of our friends from AGT. And whenever we play in Virginia Beach, we're going to have one of our friends. She's actually this year's class of Next Women of Country.
Yes.
Roberta Lee. She's going to open up for us whenever we play Virginia Beach. So we're definitely looking forward to that. Because we remember whenever we were starting out, we try to open for other people and get on someone's tour, and it's not necessarily always the easiest thing to do. So now that we're in a position to, we ain't made it there yet, but if we can help some more people as we're climbing, it just makes the climb that much more fun. I always
tell people we ain't got no money, but what we can do is give them the opportunity that, like Trea said, we weren't given a lot of the time. And there's a few folks who were like, "Oh, tell them, come on, I'll take them." They can come and open a couple days on my tour. So there were some people who were very gracious and very kind. And but also on the other side of that, there was a ton who were like, "Oh no, ain't no way they open it for me." And so we want to leave that opportunity for just people to get out there and tell them, "Look, you got 15 minutes. You play your hit, play what you got coming up, play something that everybody know and love. Tell them, go follow you on Facebook, and our fans are really kind. They'll go do it." And so that's been working out. It's been working out on the tour, and I think that's one of our proudest moments, because our team was just like, budget. Y'all can't bring nobody else. And we were like, just trust us on this. So we thank them for trusting us, but we're also super proud that we are, that we're still. Even if a lot of people would think that maybe we're not in the position to be pulling anybody up, because we in the pool ourselves, but we're just trying to do we out here just trying to do what we can do,
But I love it, because you're thinking about others, you're paying it forward, and that's what it's all about. It's like when you make it, you're also supposed to reach back and bring others with you. So I commend you all for doing that in the midst of you still trying to get, your own career together. As we come up on Women's History Month, you three ladies have essentially reshaped her story. And so what do you hope people will be able to take away from your journey as country music artists?
One thing that I hope that people would take away from our journey is that just being authentic and doing what's in your heart will always last a whole lot longer than anything else. You know, we started out in New Orleans. People said, "What do y'all want to do?" We said, "We want to sing country," and they were like, "Yeah, I don't know about that." Right. And so we kind of just fooled around and played a whole lot of other stuff. But the minute we started doing what we originally set out to do, what was in our hearts, like the world embraced it.
And I think on that same, probably along that same token is, I see a lot of people that kind of when the trend changes, they change with the trend, and it goes one way, then they go that way, they go that way. Just stay true to who you are, and I think that in that time, sometimes because we were country when country wasn't cool, so like we were like out there like boot scooting, and there was not a thing. There's a big Western wave right now, um, but in the downtime when no one cared what was going on in the Western world and before Yellowstone and all the things, we were out there, kicking around and singing country music, and it shaped us. When the moment came, when the spotlight came, we were there, we were prepared, and we had an opportunity to go and play shows and all the things. So just stay grounded in the craft that you're in and continue to elevate there because trends are going to come and go, but being able to be your authentic self, I think is what people connect with the most. And we watch it's your soul, I think, that they connect with, and and it doesn't. We've seen that there's people who absolutely do not look like us at all, like 80-year-old white men who are like, you guys are changing, y'all are changing the game. We're like, what, and so, but I think it speaks to how we're raised, and you know what I mean, like in the upbringing and that Southern hospitality. I think people connect with that, and so just be you. I always tell when we go and talk with little kids, I tell them the biggest flex that you have is that there is not one other you in the whole world. Just be you. You're enough. You are great, and the world needs what you have, or else there'd been another you.
I like it. There's only one you. That's a
That's
word. Like I said earlier when we were chatting, I've rewatched, your Golden Buzzer moment too many times by now. YouTube is probably like, girl, haven't you watched this already? But I was telling you all that it was just so emotional because when watching it, it's essentially supposed to be an audition, but it didn't even feel like an audition. I'm thinking y'all in concert, but y'all was just trying to get your foot in the door. And you guys spoke about an industry where people don't typically look like you all when you were breaking into the Tennessee market. So what did that mean for you all to kind of break that barrier and reshape and redefine what it means to be Black women in country music?
I think one of my favorite comments that we get now on Facebook is that, they speak on there and say, you may not look like country music, but you sound like country music. And I think for so long there was just so many mixed so many mixed opinions about us, and we got to a place where it really felt like we weren't maybe doing enough, or our music writing wasn't enough. But I think in that moment of getting the Golden Buzzer, it kind of gave us a validation that this is good. Like America understands it and they get it. And I think it's super important. We always talk about representation being super important. And we've had so many like little Black girls who come to the show and they were like, I love country music, and they come with their boots and their hats on, and it's the cutest thing. But I think it's super cool to see because they say nobody else really around listens to country music that's Black around me, and so to see you guys up there, it really kind of did something for me. And we met with a lady named Mia not too long ago, and she said something and it really stuck with me because it kind of just summed it all up. It's like once you see it, you can believe it. And for the longest, like you said, we've been out here just running on faith, and like luckily there have been more Black women and men breaking close and personal. Like, see these little kids come to the shows, bring their friends, like Dev said, wear the boots and the hats, and the way that their eyes light up whenever you look back and you wave at them, and it's like you're able to give like another generation of kids something that we didn't have when we were growing up, and that's like a really, really special feeling.
And I guess one last thing to add to it is that for a while it did kind of feel like we had this, we were, you know, we were carrying being Black women in country music, and that was, it felt like, you know, that we were there representing Black people in this space where Black people aren't typically represented. And so like that's kind of what it felt like for a little while. And we had a show in Meridian, and this little girl, she's a little chunky white girl, she ran up, she hugged me, and she said, "You look just like me." And it was one of the most beautiful moments I think that I've had in my career, because it was then when it showed me that our mission is so much bigger. It's so much bigger than Black or white. The vision is that and I pray that we're always doing is inspiring people all over the world, Black, brown, white. It doesn't matter. We want to, hopefully we're inspiring other cultures to be, you know, involved and interested in country music. I fell in love as a kid with country music because of the storytelling and how I could always find myself right in the center of it. And we just hope that, you know, we're writing music that, you know, makes people interested. They go, huh? I watched this little guy. He had been about, he's African American, and he was about 21. He looks like he's about 21 on YouTube. And he was doing a reaction video to Jolene, and he's going through it. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So he's like really enjoying the video, and he's like, well, dang, now I got to go find out who Jolene is. He said, because I don't know why she just got it handed to her. So, but then now he's got to go back and listen at Dolly's version. And then he's got to go back. And then there's so many great stories in country music. And that's what I'm proud that I'm praying that we're bringing to this genre, but also proud that we are bringing.
Just recently, the Shade Room did like Black people in country music, like for Black History post, and one girl, she commented, she was like, "I don't know who Jolene is, but let me find out. We'll fly for y'all." And when you said that, I thought,
and so, no, go ahead.
But you're right, because it's like, I think about it like we went from breaking down that door to country music to being that door to country music for so many other people who A, didn't listen to country music, B, didn't think that they would like it, and like now, like the guy on YouTube going down the rabbit trail.
Yes. So, yeah.
Well, ladies, this was an amazing conversation. I am just so, again, excited to see where you guys will be 3 to 5 years from now. And I just want y'all to know, one day I'm going to put on my cowboy hat and my cowboy hat. I'm going to join you. But thank you so much. And I hope I'll get to see you guys when you come to Virginia Beach. And
please come see us.
Yes. So you
guys, thank you so much. You are so great.